child, woman, baby, male, they don't care who. These guys don't have no remorse and no respect for nobody. They just shoot. Yeah.
Who lives in Chicago in the chat? Tell me, any of y'all live in Chicago?
These kids don't got no structure. They don't got no remorse for nothing they do.
Hey, now look, E.
See, but you live in Jersey, bro.
You gotta move off the 4th floor.
Me, I used to.
I'll be there every day.
Is Chicago really bad like people say it is? Or is it like...
Y'all backdoor the wrong...
I don't know. Like, niggas be saying Chicago's slimy. Like, they be saying that shit is slimy. Like,
that you're probably tired of hearing about. Like, damn, O-Block again? But I promise you, this video will introduce you to a new generation that you've never heard of before. However, in order for it all to make sense, we must cover a whole lot of background information. So in this video, you'll learn the history of O-Block, why they're so loyal to each other, and how the new generation has completely messed it up. With that being said, welcome to the new generation of O-Block. But before we get into it, let me run the intro.
Pre-ad. Oh, I thought it was an ad, bro. It is an ad. Oh my god. Great skips.
The Parkway Gardens, and at the time,
great skips, chat.
For middle-class families.
Chat, what's worse, Philly or Chicago?
700 units. It quickly became a premier housing choice for African-American families.
When I was growing up, this was considered the elite property for doctors, lawyers, nurses, you know, professional people that lived over here. This was the cornerstone of our community.
For a civilian?
It's protected by train yards on the south and west sides, an elementary school to the north, and a major fence going down King Drive. So although it was in the hood, it was sheltered from the bad elements and the residents could live a peaceful life.
Bro, that's a big ass apartment complex. Like, bro, chat, imagine living in a, like, bro, this is high school times 2. Like, imagine how many people are in these buildings, bro. They gotta be at least, chat, how many people live, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, it gotta be at least, like, 2,000, 3,000 people in these projects, man.
It was sheltered from the bad elements and the residents could live a peaceful life. This
800 people? Hell no, I don't believe that.
First Lady Michelle Obama, for those who didn't know. Well, the glory days of Parkway Gardens lasted for a couple of decades with a strong middle-class community. But then, sadly, the complex would start its gradual decline. In the mid-1980s, the owners of Parkway sold the complex to a new investor who decided to get rid of the co-op status. They replaced it with Section 8 renting, and here's where the problems began. Throughout the 80s and 90s, the new owners neglected the property and started accepting new residents without background checks. And because of this, Chicago kingpins began moving into the complex to operate their business. Specifically, a BD kingpin named Tokyo G opened up in the complex and built a major operation.
Is 800 near O-Block? I don't know. I heard all the niggas live in the south side, low end.
Gardens on a daily basis.
I heard like majority of the crimes Inglewood or the low end.
Specifically, a territory across King Drive thought that he was taking up their business, and they
Yo, John Wills, thank you for the resub. Exclamation point sub. How to subscribe to the stream?
Called STL, long known for putting in work. Well, in September of 1998, Tokyo was tragically killed while rolling through their neighborhood.
O-Block is not in the low end. I don't even know where the low end is at. Niggas tell me it's the south, like between south and east. I don't know. Bro, I'm not from, somebody gotta break it down, nigga. I don't know. Where is the low end, bro? Where is it at, bro? I'm confused.
Official loss of Parkway as a collective. And from what we know, STL were the big bullies in the neighborhood.
I forgot, Bergman. I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing next stream.
Because he was taking their customers.
I don't even know how, bro, I put that shit like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I don't even remember how.
It just really wasn't like that yet. These other hoods had major gangs that had been rocking together for decades, and Parkway really had nothing. They didn't have structure and there was no unity in order for them to fight off these other hoods. And as a result of all this, no one respected them in the streets.
Aren't you the Chicago export? No,
well, because of this lack of respect, many of the Parkway youth were tested and disrespected at school. This made it very important for them to stick together and to always have each other's backs against all odds. Since the very start, it was loyalty and brotherhood over everything, as it was the only way they could survive. Then, out of nowhere, their challenges would become even more complicated. In 1998, Chicago began tearing down the majority of their public housing, and instead of rebuilding the projects, they decided to give all of the residents Section 8 vouchers where they could move into complexes like Parkway Gardens. And just like that, the Parkway
Gardens... Oh, brother, another O-Block documentary? Nigga, this the new, this bro, but I ain't gonna lie, you gotta understand? This is on the new, I'm not trying to pause the video. This is on the new O-Block niggas. They said they turned against each other, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, she was interesting, nigga. I'm gonna click it, nigga. Fuck.
Rival gang members could now be neighbors, and not to mention that the original Parkway residents were entering the streets as well. The Parkway teenagers could potentially not like these other hoods moving into theirs, and maybe they'll want to send a message. Things could potentially get ugly, and there was only one way to keep the peace. The Parkway Gardens residents need to agree to unify as one and to leave alone their past affiliations.
These storylines, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so here's how it plays out. One particular Parkway native would step up to unify everyone who was moving.
that's Sosa right there on the front left, right, Chad? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. These times were great times. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. These times were great times. They get like 2015, 2014, like.
This would be O.D. Perry, one of the most charismatic yet dangerous teenagers you'll ever meet.
Can't see. Oh, my fault.
O.D. Perry.
My fault. Here, I move my camera.
This is your best friend.
Folks was a gangster. He was real savage. Like,
Folks was just like a young wild, but he had heart. You know, he was fearless. He was like, he ain't had no fear. Ain't nothing he was really scared of.
According to many, O.D. Perry was like the leader of the new generation of Parkway.
This like our big brother type shit, showing us the ropes as far as like small shit. Got a little money on him and shit, you know, like a few thousand, you know, motherfuckers didn't have money back then. So we started doing the same thing. Same thing.
O.D. Perry was a dangerous teenager, but instead of pushing people away, he wanted to unify Parkway as one. Essentially, him and his little homie T. Roy were the ones to welcome everyone in and have them all pushing Parkway. On top of this, O.D. was very advanced and he was known to put a lot of people from the younger generation onto his lifestyle. But on the flip side, if they ever had issues with people at school or on the streets, O.D. was always there to back them up. To him and T. Roy, they saw loyalty as
RP, Chad. You gotta say RP.
The streets of Chicago.
Lydia, again, thank you for the prime. Exclamation point sub out of subscribe stream. Thank you for some bread. I need some more free money.
Play me for some
And what, Lydia? You don't want no
So you
smoke.
might be sitting in your house in Santa Rosa, California, thinking, why would living in a specific apartment complex be this serious? Like, why do they all have to be unified, and who's even out there trying to harm them? So let me explain the dynamic. Right across King Drive, you
Okay,
have
we know the
reputable
STL story.
Tuca
I ain't gonna lie.
grieving
Fast
a
forward,
year
fast
before
forward.
this.
Fast forward game. We want to hear about the new shorties. bro.
That reason would come. After the loss of Tuca, STL was determined to get revenge on OD. And that day would come, August 10th, 2011. It's shortly after midnight and O.D. Perry hops on his bike to head to the local store. As he exits the Parkway Garden gates, an SUV right there stops in its tracks.
Nigga,
That's when
we know about the chaos story. Nigga, fast forward. Fast forward.
he was like the most important member of the community. Not only was he an original Parkway resident, but he was also one of the first people to jump off the porch.
Troy used to call me his son, man. When I first jumped out the porch, man, Troy was
His
one of
son, not his
man,
professor.
like Troy, he was a little evil, trying to teach me how to drill. Like he trying to teach me how to drill, what to aim, what to go for, what to hit. Folks ass ended up telling, he's like, yeah.
From all accounts, after the loss
What
of
the
OD,
fuck?
T-Roy was
That sounds like some
on
crazy
Bobo.
shit, bro.
Not only was he sliding on
That sounds
violence,
like
he
some
was also
crazy
keeping
shit.
O-Block united
What's it
and
about?
checking any members who fell out of line.
What about T-Roy, man? Was he real?
Yeah, that's on the block. T-Roy was T-Roy all the time. T-Roy, I definitely say was probably he gotta take it, bro, because T-Roy was just he was ruthless. But
T-Roy's loss affected no one more than his best friend Vaughn, who at the time was fighting a murder case and sitting in jail.
Bro,
Vaughn
this shit
was
is actually
devastated
crazy,
about the
bro.
loss
I ain't
of his
gonna-
best friend, and he urged the next
Like,
generation
please stop
of
talking
O-Block to
talking
step
over
up
the
and
video.
start
Mike's too
sliding.
loud. And then when I pause it, you complain. Shut up
This is how
now.
Get Back Gang formed, which is essentially the second generation of O-Block. A bunch of O-Blockians who were never in the streets decided to step up and strap on their cleats.
What
These
the
included T-Roy's
federal?
little brother
What the fuck? Niggas got niggas body counts listed? Tell y'all believe this shit or no? What the fuck? Youngin O-Block, Glee 1 to 2X. Gleesh O-Block 1 to 2X. BJ O-Block 1 to 2X. E-Dog O-Block 2 to 3X. Capfuck 12 600 3X. Moowop O-Block 2 to 3X. King Ron O-Block 7X. Duke O-Block 4 to 5X. What the fuck? Vaughn with 7 for sure? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. The way niggas gas up on the Vaughn shit with 7 bodies might actually be true. Bro, this does not just sound fucking crazy though, chat. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. The reason why I don't believe the Vaughn shit too, like, maybe Vaughn had like 4 or 5, because I just can't, yo, chat. How does a nigga get away with murder 7 times? 7 times? Like, how? How does that happen? Big Mike vouch he had 7? Bro, how? 7 times? Yeah, that's not even attempts. That's nothing. That's 7. That's real 7, gang. Melly had the same or more. Even Trench's News said 7. Damn. Chad, do you believe the rest of these niggas' bodies alleged?
The streets decided to step up and strap on their cleats. These included T-Roy's little brothers Heck and Zell Munna, who were never in the streets before. In fact, for their entire childhood, T-Roy sheltered them from the streets and made sure they would never be in this position. But after their big brothers lost, the formerly good kids would
The Suns are down 22. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Timberwolves winning that series. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Fredo, I apologize, bro. Timberwolves was definitely winning that series, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. What the fuck? Nigga, my parlay is cooked. Nigga, my shit is cooked. Look at this shit. Nigga, Mike Conley got fucking 9.99. Oh my God. This shit is cooked. That shit is fucking crazy, gang. That shit is fucking crazy, dog.
Absolute tear. Well, not only would the young guys step up, but the older generation of O-Block would as well. Essentially, every generation of O-Block united as one. All in
Yo, Rain, thank you for the resub, my fucking dog. I missed you, buddy.
Back for T-Roy.
Yo, Rat.
While the rival hoods had internal affairs and backdoor activities, O-Block was solid as a rock. Get Back Gang would prove to be one of the most ruthless organizations in Chicago history. With so many members sliding at once, the rival side was taking losses left and right. Get Back Gang would claim the lives of Poppy, Kobe, FBG Brick, TB, Fradio, and Get Right.
RIP, Chad. That is crazy. Why are they throwing? I ain't gonna lie. See, this is one thing about you. Like, yo, even in a windy aspect, Chad, when niggas make threads and shit, bro, I tell niggas all the time, do not post real niggas on your thread, bro. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, even as a YouTuber, bro, you gotta have some type of respect, bro. Like, y'all just don't throw these niggas' faces up, bro. That shit looks crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that shit looks crazy, gang. That shit looks crazy. Like.
Now mind you, all of this happened just a year after T-Roy's loss. They obliterated the other side to the point where everyone assumed that STL was basically extinct. And because of all this destruction...
Oh my God, did he just call STL extinct? Oh, that was hella disrespectful. Chad, do y'all think STL is extinct? I don't think they're extinct. I think the war's died down since Vaughn and Duck died. I don't think it's extinct though, bro. Like, yo, calling a whole hood extinct is so disrespectful, bro. Like, hell nah.
To calm down.
That's provoking, exactly, bro. That's
Quiet
provoking,
period,
gang.
King Von was actually able to beat his murder case and was released back onto the streets. This couldn't have been at a better time, because had he been released earlier, he may have thrown his life away getting back for T-Roy. But now that the streets were quiet, Von was able to focus on his newly found love. Instead of chasing down ops, he was now chasing down studio time.
That's when I'm with Dirk and he doing all this shit and shit. Ooh, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna rap. Try to rap. It was just the
Lil J getting pegged, so yeah, his son is extinct. Bro, what does Lil J have to do with anything, bro? What does Lil J have to do with anything? Only FBG I know is Future them. Oh yeah, I heard that. I ain't gonna lie, that was a hard ass bar by Dirk.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do?
On May 27th, 2018, he released his first single, Beat That Body, which got him popping in the Chicago streets. Then with Dirk's cosign and consistent success, his career took off in a major way. So with all this new fame and money, Von decided to move to Atlanta where he could thrive and not think about ducking rivals. The future was looking bright for Von and the rest of O-Block, but then everything would come crumbling down. On August 4th, 2020, 6 members of Get Back Gang would crash out in the dumbest way possible. Essentially, STL's biggest rapper FBG Duck is spotted at the mall by a man who doesn't like
Bro,
him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit is
upset that Duck is
bro, chat, every time I watch this, bro, this shit is crazy.
Wants to do something about
I'm hungry as fuck. Chat, hold on, real quick, because I'm hungry as fuck. Chat, are you ordering Sonic, Chick-fil-A, Buffalo Wild Wings, or Miami Grill? Why is Chick-fil-A? Nah, Chick-fil-A is closed. Why does it say Chick-fil-A? Yeah, I'm gonna just skip that. Fuck Chick-fil-A. Ignore Chick-fil-A. Buffalo Wild Wings. I ain't gonna lie. Buffalo Wild Wings does hit though, bro. Buffalo Wild Wings does hit. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That should be busting. All right, bet. Good looking. Let me play the video.
Him himself, he decides to call up Duck's biggest ops. He calls up Get Back Gang and makes up a lie that Duck chased him through the mall with a So instantly 6 Get Back Gang members
what? He said Duck chased him through
that Duck chased him through the mall up Duck about it. But instead of confronting him himself, he decides to call up Duck's biggest ops. He calls up Get Back Gang and makes up a lie that Duck chased him through the mall with a So instantly 6 Get Back Gang members hop in 2 cars and leave out of O Block. They head directly to Duck's location, which happens to be the wealthiest mall.
I didn't even know that much.
They drive around until they spot him outside in line of the Dolce & Gabbana store. And that's when the members make their tragic decision.
Damn.
This right here was the sloppiest drill that they had ever done. Not
Ever.
only did they do it in the richest part of Chicago, but they also never took the license plates off their cars.
Oh
Because
my
of this,
God.
They were all bound to get arrested. It was only a matter
That is
of time.
crazy.
This dumb decision.
Bro,
would end
feeling
up
like
being
that is
the
just
very end
crazy,
of
bro.
Get Back Gang. Then, just a few months later, O Block's leader would lose his life. On November 6, 2020, Vaughn would lose his life in Atlanta after a serious altercation.
Have been following all morning long. 2 men killed in an overnight shootout with Atlanta police and 2 groups of people. Joe Ripley has more as the GBI steps in to investigate.
Atlanta police say 2 people are dead after an officer-involved shooting here on Trinity Avenue in downtown.
As dawn turned to daylight, you could make out dozens of evidence markers. GBI crime scene investigators combing the scene.
Pretty active scene, pretty chaotic.
Vaughn was truly the king of O Block, as he was the one who was keeping everyone together and also making sure that
RP Slutty, bro. Niggas be forgetting that there was 3 niggas who died behind that, bro. Like, niggas be forgetting that, bro. Yo, chat, what's y'all's favorite flavored wings? Lemon pepper and what else? Parmesan, garlic parmesan. What you think? Yeah, I'm hungry, bro. I'm about to order a meal. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Lemon pepper and barbecue. Buffalo. Honey barbecue. Honey barbecue. All right, we good.
Bridge between the younger and older generations, making sure that respect was always intact. In Chicago, the young generations of hoods have been known to backdoor the OGs or anyone who they want. It's nothing like LA where there's structures and commands of respect. It's pretty much everyone is free for all. However, because of OD, T. Roy, and then King Von, everything in O Block was always intact. But now, you'll see what happens. While Get Back Gang was fading away, a new generation of O Block was coming up out of
That's
nowhere. But this generation
TSG.
is rarely heard about. As
That's the
many
one I've
people
heard,
believe
shit.
that O Block died when King Von did. This couldn't be further from the truth, as Von left them an awful legacy to look up to. As much
That
as
is
he
crazy.
was praised and idolized for what he did, you could only imagine that the misguided youth would try to imitate his life. But unlike Vaughn, this generation has no loyalty to those around them, and they'll even cross an OG if they want to.
Oh my God.
But
What's the word?
first,
Green
let me
light?
introduce you to
Telling
the
green
next
light, how you
generation.
coming?
We start out with the teenagers.
But it's TSG. I heard the new generation of O Block is like, what's it called? Take some game. Sun's down by 30. Let me see. Yeah, this shit's cooked. Chat, do I even check my parlay or just chalk it? Just chalk it, bro. I got just chalk it.
Mon Brown, commonly known as Munna Mond. As a kid, Mon spent his whole childhood in O Block witnessing all of the tragedies you've seen in this video. But despite this adversity, Mond had a good head on his shoulders and was able to do well in school through all the chaos. I mean, he even played on his high school soccer team. So while his friends were already in the streets, he was mainly focused on college and his financial future. Well, his determination would pay off as he was accepted to Western Illinois University, where he enrolled as a freshman. Life was looking like a success story for Jamon, but after a few months in college, things would take a sharp left turn. On November 20th, 2019, Jamon
Damn.
was having mental outbursts in his dorm, prompting other students to call security. So security comes and they notice that he's acting erratic and uncontrollable. He won't answer questions or sit down, so they decide to call
Yo,
an
Dubsky, thank you for the yo. We getting 97 subs this stream. I appreciate y'all. Y'all spent the fucking W's in the chat for yourself, bro. My soundboard is yo, my soundboard working. I really can't hear it. My soundboard is, but I appreciate y'all. Yo, Dumpsy, thank you for the fucking 14 months. My fucking dog. I love you too, gang.
There, Jamon is visited by a psychologist who tries to make attempts to understand what's going on. Typically, college students can have
not working,
breakdowns due
damn.
to stress or social pressure, but this case was a little bit different. Jamon had witnessed so much trauma in his life, and much of it was boiling up inside without any help. Well, because of the severity of his mental state, the psychologist asks him to stay in the hospital until he fully calms down. But Jamon understandably
PTSD. I don't know, nigga, watch.
So he decides to head back to campus against the hospital's wishes. Well, little does he know, his university banned him from ever returning to the dorm.
What?
So as soon as he enters the building, he's noticed by security who decides to call 911.
What
So
the
police
fuck?
instantly come to his dorm and arrest him for trespassing. But Jamon resists the arrest and won't comply, prompting the officers to take him to jail. This is truly sad because Jamon needed help from the university and the system, not to be trespassed and arrested.
Damn.
Like, how does this possibly help in the situation? Now you're gonna turn a kid who's seeking mental health into a criminal? Well, sadly, the situation would get even worse. During the ride to jail, Jamon has another outburst where he kicks the door and says that he's gonna blow things up.
Motherfuckers can't even go to school without y'all harassing people. Like, what the fuck? Y'all don't get sick of harassing people, bro? Y'all don't even know what is from, bro. Y'all just can't get no peace, bro. You get arrested for nothing. This makes no sense. Like, no sense, bro. No
Damn.
sense. I promise to God I will blow this up. I swear to God I will. I swear to God I will. I don't give a about a felony. I don't give a I come from felonies.
Now Jamon was in serious trouble,
Damn.
facing multiple charges and being expelled from school. But thankfully he was blessed with a forgiving judge and eventually his charges would be dropped.
Damn,
Sadly,
he beat
though,
it.
He now had to return to O Block where his surroundings instantly got worse. Trust me, the Parkway Gardens is no place for anyone dealing with mental health. And on top of this, his return home would be at the worst time possible as it was right at the start of a new generation of O Block versus Taekwon World beef. While Jamon was off in college, his friends were jumping off the porch on the rivals. And on that note, let me introduce you to the new generation of O Block. First, you have Jamon's best friend named Lil Mike, a young dude who's known for
Crash
being
out,
reckless in the streets.
nigga. That
Then
shit's
you have
sad,
Taekwon Manny,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit. I don't even consider him a crash out, bro. That's just like a product of your environment type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, that's not a crash out. Is that a crash out? That's not even a fucking crash out, bro.
also known as TQ, a 17-year-old known for getting money.
Don't
Next, you
spoil
have
it,
his
YB.
older
Let me
brother
listen.
TQ, who's on the same hype, but he's also trying to be the next King Von. And finally, you have the young guys Jado, Nuwop, and the youngest Ty Munna. So directly after Mon's return from college, this is exactly who he was hanging with. And just 2 weeks after his return, things would get tragic for the first time in this generation. That takes us to December 8th, 2019. It's a Monday afternoon in O Block and TQ gets ready to do business in another hood. Specifically, he heads 15 minutes down the road to a hood called Fintown. Fintown has nothing to do with O Block, so TQ figures that everything is straight. So he arrives in their hood and waits on 87th in order to make a deal that he set up online. He waits and waits and waits, but suspiciously nobody shows up. Then after 10 minutes of waiting,
Backdoor
the
as
man in the
fuck.
mask approaches him quickly. And sadly, the man makes a tragic decision.
Damn, RP chat.
Everyone was
No chucking the rack?
but
Yeah.
also puzzled about the situation. Who could have done this to TQ and why did they set him up? At first it didn't make any sense, but then the Oblockians started putting 2 and 2 together. And it all centered around an alleged Fintown member named BCR Measle. Why? Well, because he happens to be the first cousin of FBG Duck. Now of course this is
What?
just speculation, but later in the video it will make sense. So remember the name, BCR Measle. Well, regardless, this is when the new generation of O Block decided to step up. This includes Munna Mond and of course all of the other members I mentioned. But before there was Get Back, sadly they would lose another friend. 2 months later, February 8th, 2020, 2:30 p.m. Jado gets a text from his friend Dinero asking him to come over and make a deal. So Jado instantly gets ready so that he can head over there. But as soon as he departs from O-Block, a man is following him. He catches up to Jado and doesn't say a word. Instead, he makes a terrible decision.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit is crazy. RP again, chat. Long live Jado, long live Jado, bro. This shit is crazy.
He brought everyone together, but he was also nothing to play with.
He was like our age group, like the new generation from our block. He was the leader. I'ma say, yeah, he's like the brain, like one of the smartest one out of all us. Yeah, like folks is like the brain and the muscle. Yeah. Like he was the mastermind after all this shit.
Well, because he was so important to O-Block, the young generation started calling themselves the Jado Jumpouts. Now everyone was on board to get revenge for Jado, but there was one question. Who did this, and did Dinero set him up? Well, right after the news broke, Dinero posted his...
Go ahead, blood. I gotta make a couple moves. Bet. Blanket 15s or whatever, 10s. Yes, sir. Finna pull up. Finna pull update. Finna pull up. Bet. You know where I'm at. Make me wish I never texted you, little bro. At Jado64. Maybe you wouldn't have came out. Damn.
Screenshot of his last conversation with Jado. Pretty much saying
that gotta be a guilt trip crazy.
That way he would have never come outside. So now that Dinero was in the clear, who could it have possibly been? Well, the rival Taekwon World side started celebrating, which pretty much revealed itself. Specifically, a Taekwon World member named D-Money would go on live and troll Jado.
Look, Jado got it smoke, and we still spinning like 5 cars deep, no valve.
This would not end well for D-Money. May 15th,
oh my god, don't tell me he dies
in
too.
Southside Chicago, and D-Money is outside walking his dog. As he's casually walking around his neighborhood, a car creeps up on him. That's when a man hops out.
Bro, chat, these niggas is dying in like 2, 3, 4, or 5 months from each other, bro. This shit is crazy. How are they dying so fast? Like, what the fuck? Like, how are they dying so fast, gang?
And runs all the way up to him. And before D-Money can even react, the man makes a terrible decision.
RIP, bro.
And just like that, another generation of Taekwon World versus O-Block beef was stamped. It's the same exact way that T-Roy and Vaughn went on a tear for OD, and then how Get Back Gang went on a tear for T-Roy. If one thing is for certain, it's that starting a beef with O-Block is never a good idea. Once you poke the bear, they just never stop coming, and there's no timeline on revenge.
So what does this have to do with Manamon, though?
Us a year to February 8th, 2021. In Chicago, trying to throw parties or just having fun with your friends is never an easy task. You never know if your ops are going to show up to the party or if a simple argument will turn deadly. So because of this, many people from the hood in Chicago will head out to other cities to have some fun in peace. Sometimes they'll go up to Milwaukee, out to Iowa City, or potentially down to Indianapolis.
That's crazy.
They tend to stay
niggas ain't driving to 4 hours to party, gang.
Illinois. In particular, they rent out a couple rooms at the Indian Lakes Hotel where they can have some peaceful fun. Well, on this particular Friday night, the word gets out and over 200 people show up to the hotel. This includes FBG Duck's cousin Measle, who O-Block believe claimed the life of TQ. Because of this, Measle happens to be one of the most wanted men in Southside Chicago. But on this night, he figures no one will find him and he can sit back and have some good old fun. The party is jumping, girls are twerking everywhere, and everything is going well for over an hour. It gets to the point where the whole 6th floor hallway is flooded with people, and it's a party like you've never seen
before. That gotta be scary,
At 2
bro.
a.m., a couple of men in masks wiggle through the hallways looking for Measle. They then push their way into the party where they see him. Sadly, they make a tragic decision.
Bang. Oh my
right
god.
Now, still here on scene of the hotel serving search warrants, looking for evidence like weapons linked to this investigation. Police tell me this isn't the first time they've been called to the hotel. It was the sound of gunfire coming from the Indian
They killed him
hotel.
in the party in a hotel? Bro, these niggas be, like, who's shooting in a hotel? Like, what the fuck?
Around 2 the hotel. It was the sound of gunfire coming from the Indian Lakes Hotel around 2:30 this morning that prompted this massive police response.
It is response to Indian Lakes Resort for the shots fired report, 250 West Chick.
What police say started as a large hotel party with nearly 200 people ended in gunfire, and a Chicago man is dead.
Unfortunately, there may have been more because over 100 people fled the hotel before we had contact with them.
The victim identified as 27-year-old James McGill. McGill lived in the city's Inglewood neighborhood. Police say they've been called out to the hotel for drug and gun cases in the past, even writing a letter to hotel management asking them to address
200 people in a hotel party, not crazy? Bro, 200 people in a hotel. Yo, I know that room smelled, bro. That room had to smell crazy. Nigga, 200 niggas in a hotel? Yo, that shit had to have smelled crazy. Like, yo, this is why when he needs no green zones, bro, stop it. That's not even real lit, bro. It's not, bro. Stop it, bro. I'm not arguing. I got time.
Security, additional staff, management on duty. So we've conveyed to them that we had concerns back then, and we almost predicted that something could happen there.
During the party, which spanned 2 floors, investigators say only 1 employee was working and no security on scene.
Well, because of this incident, the owners of the Indian Lakes Hotel were forced to shut down their business.
Damn, they shut down their whole business?
Claim a life, but it also claimed a major business for a family.
Damn.
New at 10, the Indian Lakes Hotel in West Suburban Bloomingdale
closed
will
down
shutter for good after a deadly shooting there last month. Today, the hotel's owner, First Hospitality Group, agreed to surrender its business license and end all business on the
because how does that happen? How does that happen? That's a shitty hotel. Like, how does that happen? Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They deserve to have their license suspended. How does that happen? What the fuck?
Hotel had been a trouble spot for years.
Well, even though there were 200 people at the party, 0 people came forward with evidence. So of course we don't officially know who did this.
200 niggas and nobody wanna squeal? Oh, hell no. What the fuck?
But an O-Block member would post something on his story. The day after the incident, he would post a picture with a cutout of TQ and he'd say, "And now his killer is dead." On top of this, just the next day, a whole crew of O-Blockians would seemingly celebrate the loss. The new generation of O-Block was doing the same exact things as the past. But thankfully, to this point, O-Block was still unified as one, even after the loss of all their leaders. But then the Jado jumpouts would ruin all of that for the first time ever. These guys would instantly become more reckless than any generations of the past. So here's how it goes. The story goes that Manamond made the right.
What does your chair smell like, Mario? Roses. Smells beautiful.
What does your chair smell like, Mario?
Thank you for the 54 months, Capital. Exclamation point, sub button, subscribe to the stream.
Decision to rob an OG O-Block member
Hold
from
on.
the story goes.
Oh, there goes
that
Manamond.
generations of the past. So here's how it goes. The story goes that Manamond made the reckless decision to rob an OG O-Block member for $15,000. In the history of O-Block, this has never been okay, and OD, T-Roy, and Vaughn would definitely not allow this, especially because the alleged victim was one of T-Roy and Vaughn's closest friends. But for the young generation like Manamond, they had no respect for the elders and would literally cross anyone for money.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because of these reckless actions, an original O-Block member named A-Roy would call for the DP of Manamond. A-Roy was a respected and active member since back in the day, as you can even see him in vlogs from around 2012. So because of his seniority in the hood, he had every right to discipline Manamond. That takes us to December 15th, 2021.
Turn it up.
It's a regular day in O-Block, and all of the younger generation are hanging out inside the gates like any other day. This includes Manamond, who's chilling like he has nothing to worry about. He knows the older generation had warned him about what they're gonna do, but he simply just doesn't care. Well, A-Roy was not just talking, as here he comes ready to fight Manamond. So he walks up to him in front of the whole neighborhood, and boom, he starts whooping him. Everyone in the neighborhood is watching.
I seen that video, chat. Is that the nigga who died in O-Block?
Then when
I think I seen that shit.
On him, a tragedy strikes. Bang. A shot goes off and A-Roy is rushed to the hospital. Sadly though, he wouldn't make it after surgery.
Damn.
A-Roy had survived all those years in the streets just
Manamond
to
did that?
like this. He was a valuable and well-respected member of the community, and because of this, the older generation was pissed. Nothing like this had ever happened in O-Block, and something needed to be done. So in order to keep the internal peace, the older generation decided to collectively ban Manamond from O-Block. You messed up and took things too far. We don't want to hurt you, but please never come back around. Now the ball is in Mon's court.
Damn.
You want to listen to the OGs or disrespect their wishes and do what you want. For the first solution, you have to swallow your pride, but everything will be peaceful. But for the second solution,
He got an O-Block
well,
chain.
things could get ugly. Well, here's the problem. This is not the O Block of the old days. The older generation have no say-so, and on top of this, they're way outnumbered. So Manamon completely disregards his band, and the Jado jump outs are right beside him. The original members cannot believe it, so here's what they do.
What the fuck?
First, his brother named Big P posts on Instagram that everyone in O Block better pick a side.
Y'all better pick a side on Molly. I'm not playing. Quit playing with me, you little ass boy. Stay in y'all place.
He then goes on live.
Bro, O Block is beefing with each other. What the fuck? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this shit is crazy. This is a civil war, nigga. This is an internal war, nigga. These niggas is going crazy. What the fuck?
That's why he feels the way he feels.
But it took them to kill my brother, turn my savage up. That's why y'all ain't killed me. Y'all killed my little brother. Now his daughter very mad, and that shit angers me, and it pissed me off when she asked where her daddy at. I can't believe O Block, man. I put my heart and soul in this block. I can't believe O Block, man. I put my heart and soul in this block.
Then Manamon takes to Facebook and responds in the most disrespectful way possible.
Letting your brother die in front of you and you don't do shit, just make you a hoe. Oh my God, what? This nigga's provoking his own hood. What the fuck? This nigga's provoking his own hood. I'm so confused. What the fuck?
Letting your brother die in front of you and you don't do that just makes you a bitch even more. Telling that to a man who just lost his brother is beyond me. But like I've said, the young generation of O Block has zero respect for their elders. Well, as you would expect,
yeah, I don't know if I don't know.
And decides to threaten all of the Jado jump outs.
Hey, Ebo, you down? Mon, you down? Lil Mike, you down? D-Lo, yeah, Mon first, definitely first. No, matter of fact, hey, Chop, I know Mon Low, we gonna get over him anyway. We gonna feed him a sandwich before we kill him. Better move that crib. Think I'm gonna let that little slide? Nigga better move that crib.
Well, for whatever reason, Manamon takes this all as a joke and he responds on Instagram Live.
That's nobody.
He ducking us down, sir.
Threat. I'm fooling me, ain't no threat. Stop trying to make it seem like he a threat. He a goofy for the internet.
Well, why they take his side? I don't know, chat. Like, chat. What would you do to your closest homies? Like, they beefing with each other and one of them kills one another. Like, I don't know, bro. That's a weird feeling, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, whoop, like, I ain't gonna lie, that's a nigga's not a snitch. Nigga, what? Nigga, you don't matter, you can't snitch, nigga, he beat the case. I read that shit, I remember that shit. I remember that shit happened in the middle of O Block. He beat the case for self-defense because they tried to DP him. So basically the situation was they tried to DP the nigga, they was swinging on the nigga, beating on the nigga. Then after they was beating on the nigga backed out his gun and killed him. Nigga, he beat the case for self-defense, bro. Now everyone in the hood click. He did beat the case, nigga. I read it. He tried to back their own member? I don't know. Oh.
They be thinking
He got whooped that bad? I can't show y'all the video because the nigga's literally dying on video, gang. So you feel me? I'm not showing that video, bro.
They be thinking threats. Hey, he ain't no threat, man. Stop making it seem like he a threat. It's goofy on full them grade.
Folks be woofing on that.
Nobody. I know ain't nobody gonna do. They can fool y'all with this internet. They ain't fooling me. Hey, get that Jado jump out, boy. It's Jado jump outs. That's it for life. I take that shit to the grave. That was my boy on full them grade.
After this, Big P in the jump out.
He on the net woofing on the guys. This nigga a big ass troll. He ain't gonna do shit to nobody. And if he is, damn, what the fuck he waiting on? Christmas? The New Year? Shit getting boring, man. Big grumpy police ass nigga. Oh my God. This nigga's provoking his own hood. The nigga's provoking the older guys. Oh my God. That is some crazy shit. Yo, 4L Mike, thank you for the 17 months. It's my B-Day Team Me Up chat and Sir Radicus. Let's work. Let's work.
Let's work.
Let's work.
Question mark 1/4 dance.
I appreciate the reset, Mike.
Bouts would go back and forth online for plenty of days. But sadly, this is not LA where they talk about each other and that's all that happens. This is Chicago where it always...
Yo, chat, yo, that's a fact, T. Yo, chat, everybody in the chat say happy birthday to my nigga 4L Mike, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Happy fucking birthday, 4L Mike, my fucking dog, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Everybody in the chat say happy birthday to my nigga, bro. Dead ass, real shit. This mother nigga fucking goofy. I mean, there's niggas siding with him, so some shit must have happened, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, some shit must have happened, gang. You feel me? We don't know the real story, so I'm not finna call him a goofy. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Turns out badly. The rest of 2022 would be a bad year for Big P. According to him, the jump outs lit up O-Block and hit him in the face. Thankfully, the injuries were minor and he would be okay.
They shot the nigga too? What?
Lit up O-Block and hit him in the face. Thankfully, though, the injuries were minor and he would be okay.
They can't believe I'm still alive. I'm still alive, shawty. My leg hurt. Hey, y'all should have saw him. He had the gun like this. He didn't even want to shoot. He shot me in my head. That boy was running so slow.
Regardless, this is the
Bro, why do nigga just got shot in his head and still provoking? What is going on in Chicago? What the fuck? Like, yo, these niggas is crazy, bro. Shit, a GTA server, bro. Like, what the fuck?
My leg hurt. Hey, y'all should have saw him. He had the gun like this. He didn't even want to shoot. He shot me in my head. That boy was running so slow.
Regardless, this is the moment where everyone realized that the internal beef is something serious. Then, just a couple weeks later, Big P's car and his dad's house are both lit up. Thankfully, no one...
What? Oh, nah, these younger niggas is crash outs. Nah, these younger niggas is crash outs. I'm starting to see it. These young niggas of O-Block, these niggas is crashing out, gang.
Then, just a couple weeks later, Big P's car and his dad's house are both lit up. Thankfully, no one was injured, but his car was totaled. Yeah, things were looking bad for Big P, and on top of this, not too long after, he would be arrested for a gun charge. But you know what? This may have been a good thing, because now he was away from the Jado jump outs. But not for long. On November 20th, 2022, Munamon would be arrested for lighting up Big P's dad's house and his car.
So Munamon did it. Damn. I mean, that was kind of predictable though, but...
2022, Munamon...
Hold on.
You know what? This may have been a good thing, because now he was away
Double attacking, strike the faction. This thing is stupid.
No jump outs. But not for long. On November 20th, 2022, Munamon would be arrested for lighting up Big P's dad's house and his car. So now, Big P and Munamon were together in the Cook County Jail. Well, that's awkward.
Whoa.
But in typical Chicago fashion, Munamon's charges would be dropped and he was right back on the street.
What the fuck? Bro, do the judges in Chicago just not care? Like, how did he beat this? Did he just beat 3 cases? Nigga beat 3 cases. Oh my God. What the fuck? This nigga just beat 3 fucking cases. Nigga, what?
But in typical Chicago fashion, Munamon's charges would be dropped and he was right back on the streets. After returning to Chicago, he would start his career as a drill rapper, and honestly, I don't know why he isn't famous. Well, you guys can check out his music for yourself, and let me know if it's any good. Well, Munamon started gaining popularity, and here's where things get really complicated. For whatever reason, a bunch of original O-Block members like E-Dog are showing support in the comments. As you would imagine, Big P is pissed. He's literally been betrayed by everyone.
Chris, thank you for the race up.
He his brother, and now all of his day one.
Nigga, he probably respected member, nigga. He probably got hats. He probably got hats, nigga. He probably respected.
Imagine how he may feel.
Yeah, I made y'all last video. That's the last video we shot. I ain't getting no more videos of that. He can't rap. I hate his music. He sounds like he got spit in his mouth or something.
Nah, this nigga is big run.
Blow the 50 in a Hey, E, when you went to go blow a 50, bro? You don't even own a 50. You got a little ass.
Well, according to rumors, the O-Block split is much more complicated than the older versus younger generation.
Thank you, Chris, for some. What the fuck is this?
From what we know, in the summer of 2022, Big P was not only beefing with the Jado jump outs.
Look at Munamon IG story. He playing Call of Duty with Dirk, so OTF fucks with him still. Nigga, whoever, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. They ride for him. I mean, shit, he had an old block chain, nigga. I believe you. He had an old block chain, so something must have happened that we don't know, gang. You feel me? Like,
but he was also beefing with his former friends. So let me break it down. The FBG Duck murder case was a pivotal moment for O-Block. A bunch of members accused other members of snitching, and it caused a whole bunch of nonsense. Well, Big P was one of these, as he called out Boss Top for snitching. If you're unfamiliar, Boss Top is one of the original O-Block residents and was best friends with O.D. Perry and T-Roy. So calling him out for snitching without any paperwork and doing it on live, I don't know about this one. But he claims to have information that Boss Top snitched on one of the defendants named C. Murda.
Better go check top name, Tyrese Davis. He telling on C. Murda. Go find that out.
He then threatens him.
I'm killing your ass and more and look Mike D-Lo, E, Boss Top, all you down.
This is clearly a man who's distressed after what happened to his brother, and he's understandably upset. Everyone turned on him and was in the wrong, and now he's crashing out. But now here's the big question. Is Big P actually with the action, or is he all talk? Well, we don't exactly know, but
I ain't gonna lie, it gotta be more than just one person in the Civil War. It can't just be one person they beef with, because it look like, nigga, that nigga's playing card with Dirk, that nigga has an old blockchain on, that nigga's in Parkway every day, living comfortably, gang. So I ain't gonna lie, it gotta be just Big P versus them, nigga, or some shit
what
like.
happened to Boss Top? By this time, Boss Top had moved to Atlanta, so he probably wasn't thinking about Big P's threats. However, he would return to O-Block for a special occasion. It's July 4th and
hell no, I tell this shit
interesting. O-Block. Music is blasting and everyone is letting off fireworks for fun. This includes Boss Top, who's just happy to be in his neighborhood and enjoying fun with his friends. Then out of nowhere, somebody rolls through. He was hit, but thankfully he was okay.
What the happened? You're just walking around like we were talking about how O-Block's so nice, but you got shot right over there, right?
I mean, I just know I was on Instagram. I was finna go live, and I just felt some.
You were about to go live.
Yeah, and I just felt something.
Out on the street, not in the actual complex.
I just felt something, Adam. That's it.
Right.
I just felt something.
Where?
In my back, and then my arm came out my side right here, side of my chest.
Damn.
No, I went to the vet.
No, Adam do be asking dumbass questions.
We ain't got no bootleg, doctor.
He be asking some slow shit, like.
So obviously, Boss Top is in good spirits, and he's an example that if you have old beef, please get out of your city. We don't know exactly who did this, but all of this internal conflict is definitely sad. If O.D. Perry, T-Roy, or Vaughn saw what was happening today, they would lose their minds. O-Block has completely fallen apart, and the majority of their beef is internal. On top of this, the younger generation has ruined some relationships with O-Block's former allies. So here's what happened.
Damn.
O-Block always had a solid relationship with a hood called NLMB. If you're unfamiliar, their territory is in the South Shore neighborhood, and they also go by EBK. Well, for whatever reason, the young generation of O-Block would get into it with them. Sadly, this would claim the life of a young success story in the hood. A junior student at Northern Illinois University would lose his life while leaving his
No fucking way.
Elijah just
R.I.P.
the younger brother of EBK.
Yeah, this was Ty Munna. I remember that.
Commercial figures in Chicago streets. Through all of the chaos growing up, Elijah was able to stay focused in school and make his dreams come true. Because of this, his loss was incredibly devastating to the community. Well, according to the internet, a 16-year-old Jado Jumpout was arrested for it. And they're saying it's the same person who Steven Jackson came and checked in with.
We're in the middle of it. What do you mean? Y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to. And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in.
Checking in. What'd you say?
I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of O-Block.
Where you at?
Bro, checking with a 16-year-old boy is crazy. That sounds like some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds crazy. Like, does that not sound crazy? But shit, I ain't gonna lie, I respect that nigga, bro, because that nigga probably got some bodies and some more shit. He probably be going crazy. You feel me? Like, I respect that shit.
See the hoop? I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of O-Block.
Where you at?
You see the hoop?
Where you at?
I'm in the middle of O-Block. Listen, man.
But on a serious serious note, we can only hope that the beef in O Block
For the NBA, yeah.
after all of these generations.
Respect what rat the fuck you saying? Nigga, if a 6-year-old nigga got a 45-year-old man to come check in with him in Parkway Gardens, nigga, I respect it, nigga. Hell yeah, I respect that shit. That means he got some rank. Nigga, I ain't like, nigga, I'm not glorifying crime or whatever the fuck y'all niggas trying to paint me as. Nigga, I'm just saying, nigga, as a young nigga, making a 50-year-old nigga, like, nigga, that means he got some respect, nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, real shit. That ain't me trying to glorify this shit, nigga. I'm just saying, damn, nigga, like the nigga got rank, nigga. Like, I respect it. Fuck. What were you doing at 16, nigga? Like, come on, bro. Like,
absolutely nothing has come from it but devastation. On top of this, you're beefing over a block that you don't even own.
That's true,
How
too.
silly is that? The craziest part is that O Block is literally about to get demolished. Well,
Yep.
all we can do is
I
hope
heard
that
about
the
that,
future of
too.
Chicago gets better from here. Because honestly, no child in the world deserves to be raised in this environment. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of Swamp
Damn.
Stories. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a
I don't know, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Our mindset is different because we weren't really raised in the hood where crime was this high. You feel me? But, bro, seeing niggas just catching bodies at 15, 16, 14, that shit sounds crazy. Like, nigga. But I was like, 14, nigga, I was probably on a fucking Uvu with a bitch or something, bro. Like, bro, I don't even remember. Like, you feel me? Like, nigga, I was a kid, nigga, on probably Uvu. I was probably playing fucking Club Penguin. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you feel me? Like, bro, like, real shit, bro. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. Nigga, I was watching Curious George. Like, you feel me, though? Like, nigga, I was watching Zach and Cody, nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, catching bodies at them young ass ages sound crazy. Crazy. Hold on, child.